In this video, Kevin and I are going to be talking about the movies and TV shows we watched during the month of November. We only watched one movie the whole month.
Yeah, unless we watch one tomorrow. Or tonight, I mean.
Unless we watch one tonight, which we won't.
We won't.
We won't watch one tonight. Yeah, we won't watch one tonight. We're recording this on November 29th, so we won't watch one tonight. But the only movie we watched for the whole month was Oppenheimer. Mm-hmm. And it's a 3-hour movie, and so don't drink anything.
You have to go pee.
yeah. Don't. I would just say don't drink anything at all.
Well, unless you're watching it streaming, then you can take a break. So
that's true. What did you think of it?
I liked the story. I did like, the story of how all that stuff happened and all that stuff. But boy, did it move slow. I mean, I thought it moved slow.
Well, what if somebody doesn't know what it's about?
I can't imagine. I can't imagine it. I know that was the big movie. That and Barbie were the two big movies this summer. I can't imagine sitting in a theater for 3 hours watching that.
No.
It was about the nuclear program during the war with Germany and Japan and all that.
Mm-hmm.
About them developing the nuclear bomb.
Yes, that's
basically what it was about.
That's exactly what it was about.
Oppenheimer was the main scientist, the leader of that whole group, that scientist group. He's the one that kind of thought up the whole idea. But yeah, it was like I said, I enjoyed the story. I really did enjoy how things worked and how things progressed and the ins and outs and all of it. I liked it, but it was slow.
Yes, it is slow and it's dry.
Yeah.
And it's not the kind of thing.
Deep too, some of it is.
Yes, it's not the kind of thing that I want to go to the theater to see.
Right.
I want to go to see something action. I like to see
Stuff
action
going
movies.
on.
Yes. So.
Well, you're paying $20 a person. You want to really.
You want to
get some entertainment out of it.
So some movies are 3 hours, and you don't even realize 3 hours have gone by.
We've watched some, and it's like, oh wow, it's already over.
Yeah. Some are, you're like, oh, I could have sit there for longer. So just like it just depends on your taste in movies. Right. So like Lord of the Rings, 3 hours, easy, done. I could do that all day long. But this one, and I'm not saying it was a bad movie. It was interesting.
Yeah, it was very interesting. But it was kind of like watching a documentary.
Yes, and I would not want to have sat in the theater to see that. And it was a drier movie. So I think that it won't be for everybody for sure. So like even Schindler's List, that's a long movie. Loved it. I could watch that. It's a
little slow too, but
could watch happening. It. But it's so interesting. There's things there to interest you, and you really understand what's going on in Schindler's List. Whereas there's some things that are kind of like at times over your head. So you're like, I get the gist of it, but it's kind of like scientist speak sometimes, I felt like.
No, and they did a decent job of explaining things.
They did. That's why I'm like, I definitely hung in there with it, but it wasn't always crystal clear.
You compare it to Schindler's List, there was always some kind of something like getting your worry level up with Schindler's List though.
Yes.
Are they going to catch us? Is this going to fall through? Is this person going to,
yes.
There was always some heightened something going to happen.
Yes.
You don't get that in this movie. That's why 3 hours with Schindler's List wasn't that bad.
Right. This one's like all on the same level plane.
Again, not a bad movie.
No.
It was just slow.
It was a one-time movie, I think, for me.
Yeah, once you've seen it, you've seen it.
Right. And there's a lot of famous faces in there. So, you're going to be watching this, and you're going to be like, is that who I think it is? Yes, it is. And some people I don't think you'll recognize.
There's one character, once he takes his glasses off, you recognize him better.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the one who played President Truman. I don't want to give it away.
I would have known that one.
But yeah, it's like, oh my gosh, I wouldn't have even known that's who that was. And I love this actor. But it's like some people you won't even recognize them in there. But I think it was worth one time if you can stream it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then we watched Fall of the House of Usher. Mm-hmm. It was only 8 episodes.
And it ends.
And what?
It ends.
Yes, it ends.
It's not like it's going to continue on to another season.
Was that on Max or Netflix?
I can't remember.
See, we have both, and so it gets confusing. It's on one of those. You'll just have to look it up. That's why I did not write down where we watched any of this stuff. You just have to look it up, and if you can watch it, you can. If you can't, you can't. But Fall of House of Usher basically is at the beginning of the first episode, you find out that this man has so many children, and that every single one of the children have died in an accident, an odd way. So each episode takes you through how that child, and it's not a child, they're adults, but they're his children, how they died. And I loved it.
Yeah, it was really good. They did a really good job. Well written, very well filmed, the theming. It's a little creepy at times.
Yes, but it was
there
creepy.
is a little gory in there, a little blood. Nothing like...
Well,
I don't know.
There was that one part that I did not watch. The one in the warehouse. I did not watch that part.
There were some scenes that was like... Yeah. It was a little graphic.
But you know when to turn your head. So, like,
know.
I didn't have to watch anything I didn't want to watch.
Yeah, there wasn't anything. There wasn't any, like, surprise, all of a sudden someone's head's gone. It wasn't anything like that.
No, but I can tell you there were some jump scares because we were watching it back in the bedroom, and I would be on the treadmill walking. So I'm walking, and we're watching this, and there'd be a jump scare, and I'm like, on behind Kevin, and so it was good though. I would watch it.
It was really good.
Yeah, if you like stuff like that, it was good.
It's very loosely based on the book.
Edgar Allan Poe, yeah.
So it's not a direct retelling. It's a modernized version of it. So,
right. Yeah. And then I watched the show by myself. Kevin saw glimpses of it. It's
looked interesting.
Lessons in Chemistry, and this woman did not look familiar. I didn't know who she was. Well, come to find out, she plays the Marvel. She's not Wonder Woman. She's like Super.
Wanda?
No. She's like Superwoman.
Oh, Marvel.
Marvel.
Captain Marvel.
Yeah, the woman.
Yeah, the one that's in the new movie.
Yeah, see, I don't care anything about the women.
She didn't like those.
I don't want this.
They didn't do very good in the box office, and they wouldn't.
No, I want to see the men. I like to see the men superheroes.
She likes to see Robert Downey Jr. Let's just be frank.
And Robert Downey Jr. is in Oppenheimer.
Yeah, he doesn't look good in that movie, though.
I still like him, though. But Lessons in Chemistry, I did not know that this is based off a book. And so we were walking through Target a couple days ago, and I saw the book, and I was like, yep, there it is right there. It is, it's such a great show, and it's one of these that's a feast for your eyes because it's taking place in like,
50s, 60s?
Yeah, it's like, the 50s. And so it's like you see the clothes and the kitchens and the styles of the cars and the houses and all that stuff. And it's a good story. It's a really good story. And it's not about chemistry. It's very easy to understand. It is about this a woman who is a chemist. She's very, very intelligent, but it is a terrific story. And there's a little girl in there, and I just love this little girl. I've been meaning to look her up to see if she's been in anything else. I'd like to watch her in other things.
Is this a family movie?
A family show?
Yeah.
No.
So you could watch it with your kids or whatever.
Well, it depends on how much you let your kids watch.
Yeah, that's what I was wanting to know. People usually ask.
I mean, when Ashley was little, I let her watch Titanic, and there's a scene in Titanic. But I'll let her watch it. I mean, it just depends on what kind of, how you feel about things
What was the little girl's name?
Oh, there she is?
There.
Yes. Oh, I think she's great. What's her name?
That's the only thing she's been in.
Her name is Alice Halsey.
Yeah,
I love that, Halsey.
The only thing she's been in.
Yeah. She, you probably, get it closer.
I gotta block your face because the focus is on you.
Yeah, but now it's white. It's all, oh, there we go. Look at her. Is she not gorgeous?
She looks like that in the show, too, from what a few times I glanced at.
Oh, listen. She's just absolutely beautiful. But terrific show.
Yeah, it doesn't say how old she is.
It's not a dirty show or anything like that.
But there's just some
I'm just thinking there's some adult themes. Yeah. Okay. Then we watched Celebrity Race Across the World. So Celebrity Race Across the World, these were our celebrities.
It's Race Across the World with celebrities.
Yes, but these are celebrities from Australia.
Yeah.
So we
I
didn't
thought they
know.
were from the UK. No, they're from the UK.
They're from the UK. I don't know what
Australia.
I'm thinking. I don't know why I said Australia. They're from the UK.
Yeah.
Maybe they visited. I don't even know what I was thinking.
Yeah.
But
They didn't go to Australia.
no, no, I know. I don't know why I was thinking. We didn't know any of these people whatsoever.
You probably would if you were in the UK.
Yes. So for us, it was just like a regular show. To if you're in the UK, yes, it would be celebrity for you. For us, it's just regular people racing across the world.
Yeah.
But we love this. It's the same thing as The Amazing Race if you watch that.
It's similar.
But this is like...
There's no guidelines. There's no contest. There's no...
It's much less hands-on, which I like.
No hands-on.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, it's like...
You get so much money, you have to get from this point to this point. No time limit. Just get from here to here.
Yeah, there's no time limit.
However way you want to get there.
Yeah.
But the time limit is you're racing 3 other teams to get there.
Right.
So you want to get there as fast as possible.
Right. But there's no like set, like you have to be here in 6 hours.
Yeah.
No, you might be there in 6 hours, but somebody else might have been able to get there in 4 hours.
Yeah.
Somebody,
3 days versus 2.5 days.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's a really good show.
If you like The Amazing Race, I think you would like this because it's like The Amazing Race, but like I said, you don't get all the hand holding. You don't get we're going to go do this task first, then we're going to go here and do this, then we're going to go here and do this, and very specifically laid out. It's not like that at all.
Right.
I mean, one team could literally go from here to here, the other one could go to this country up here and back down, and I mean, yeah. It's crazy.
It's fun to watch,
good.
and it's so interesting. That's one of the reasons I love The Amazing Race, which we can go ahead and talk about that now since I'm talking about it. That's one of the things I love about The Amazing Race is I get to see glimpses of countries in there that I'll probably never visit or would even want to visit. A lot of these places I wouldn't want to visit these countries. So it's fun to see the way people live every day and the work they do and how they get from their home to their work and just the
markets.
Yeah, and some
like
of these places, it's like there's no laws going down the street. It's like
every man for yourself.
Yeah, it's like there's no lanes because everybody's just making their own lane, just cutting through whatever. But The Amazing Race, our favorite team right now is Rob and Corey. That's our favorite team. Kevin and I both want Rob and Corey to win.
I mean, honestly, any of them, I like all of them, but they're my favorite out of them.
Yes, they're the favorite. I love them both. I think it's a father-son, and they have a great relationship with each other. And they're just both terrific players. So we've been watching The Amazing Race. We finished the Great British Bake Off, and so hopefully you. Well, you know what? I better not say anything.
Somebody won.
No. We can't say anything because it came on for. We watched it on the UK day. It doesn't come on here until Friday. So
I'm just saying somebody won.
So they don't know who won yet. No. I'm so glad I didn't say.
No.
Okay.
Somebody did win.
Yes, somebody won. And, well, we can say the final 3 are...
Yeah, you already know that if you watch
the final 3 are 3 men.
Yep.
A man won.
Yeah. There you go.
A good man won. Yeah, we were very happy. And
I liked all 3 of them anyway, so it didn't matter.
On the final show, it's really cool because... They take the time out to show the family or the girlfriend or whatever from each player, each finalist, and you get to see like bits of their family, and they talk to them and they interview them, the family members. It's a really good show to watch because a lot of times you wish you could see more of how they live and stuff like that, and so it's good. So you'll like the finale. Survivor, we're watching Survivor. There's definitely some people that I would like to see go.
Most of the part they're okay.
Yeah, they're okay. There's just this one woman, And she weirds me out. But anyway, I'd like to see her gone, just so I don't have to look at her. But Survivor is Survivor. I mean, it's the same every season. It's the same but different. Mm-hmm. And I'm so glad that they did the auction again.
Mm-hmm. I like the auction.
The auction is
although they need more gross stuff.
See, I don't think
punk,
so.
They need more punk items.
I don't think so. I think they should.
They had one, and it wasn't even I mean, it's like whatever. It was the fish eyes or whatever.
I think this is how I believe. I believe the auction should be all good things.
No, the auction, that's true. The auction should probably be all good things. And it's just how much are you willing to spend on it?
Yes, I think it should be all good things.
I'm thinking of something else.
And there's only a set, like if you have 15 players, well, maybe they only have 10 items.
I liked how they did it this time. It was random, remember?
Yeah.
It was like they guaranteed 5 items. We're going to have 5 items for sure. But he's going to roll a dice or drag outside. I can't remember what he did. He got a stone or something like that. So you were either going to get 1 to 9 or 1 to 5 more items. That's what it was. 1 to 5 more items. So you were either going to have 6 to 10 total items. So I like that. It was kind of random, and he didn't even know.
No, he didn't.
Well, until he did.
Yeah.
Then he knew. But,
yeah.
You know.
But I think
I liked how they did it this time.
I think the auction should be all good items.
You know what I was thinking of? I was thinking of the eating contest, where they both go up there and they both have to eat grub worms, and whoever eats it the fastest wins or whatever.
Yes.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yes, and that's what I was getting at.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. I think that they should have, if they want them to eat nasty stuff, which I think they totally, I love
those.
Yeah, then I do think they should have it, but it should be like you said. Yeah. It should be a competition.
They used to do that years ago.
Yes, they should do that as a competition, but then they should have the good eating. They should get to eat the good things for the auctions.
Yeah, I agree.
Totally, yes.
Agree. And you know what we didn't understand was he said you basically had to finish it up before you left. Well, there was a girl towards the end that got a whole thing of like a burger and chips. I don't remember exactly what it was.
She had just bid on that.
She had just got it.
And then it was like
how
it
in the
was
world
over.
is she going to win that? There's no way she can eat all that.
Right. So we assume that they talked for a little while.
But they let them sit there for a while before they left.
And then they left, and then so she had time, because how unfair would that be to be like, okay, I just bid $500 on this cheeseburger, I get it back, and I sit down, I take one bite, and then it's over. That wouldn't be very fair.
Yeah, I'd say
when everybody else had the whole time. So.
I'd say they gave her time. I would assume.
Yeah. Big Brother UK ended. We talked about that in detail last time, and I know I got some I said that somebody was from Wales that wasn't from Wales. I know I can't keep all that straight. I'm lucky I got right what I did. But it's been over for a while, so we can tell you who won that. Jordan won, which I'm thrilled to death that Jordan won. I want, honestly, if I could have chosen a winner out of watching the whole season, I liked Jordan from the time he walked in, but I changed my mind about who I wanted to win. I wanted Henry to win.
I did too.
I love Henry. I would have liked to have seen Henry in first place and Jordan in second place. But I think it ended up good because Henry has money already and Jordan doesn't have as much money as Henry. Right. So I think it ended well. But now it shocked me that Olivia came in second because she was just annoying through the whole show. She was very immature and annoying. Like, yeah, I think they like that. I'm really shocked that she got runner-up. Then we watched Behind the Attraction, which is a show.
Such a good show.
It's on Disney, and if you get Disney Plus, it is an hour-long show that takes you, this is the second season, and it takes you...
First one's good too.
...behind the scenes of different things. Like this...
It was attractions the whole first year.
Right.
And this time they mix it up a bit.
Right, so they did they had a whole show on like the fireworks shows, the light shows at night.
Which could be an attraction.
They did, I'm sure they do consider that an attraction. They did a whole show on the food, which I love.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Pirates of the Caribbean, they did a whole
What's
show.
neat is they also, not only do they show the ones in America, they also show you the ones in the other countries, which are, some of them are vastly different than what the ones here are. I mean,
yes. So that's awesome that we get to see what we have here at Disneyland, Walt Disney World, but you also get to see France and you get to see China. Yeah. Is it China or Japan? Japan.
I think both.
I'm not
I
sure.
think they have one in both.
I was thinking just Japan, but
think
I
they
could be
both.
wrong.
I don't
But yeah, it's really, really interesting getting to see those shows.
Yeah.
And
One of them was on Epcot, which is kind of, I mean, it was interesting how they developed Epcot. That was the last one Walt Disney had anything to do with, and it really wasn't exactly what he wanted, but it was something he inspired at least. But that was the whole park. So they say behind the attraction, that's kind of the whole park. It's really not an attraction. So
it's okay though.
I
hope
enjoyed
they keep
it.
making
Yeah,
it.
I hope they keep it up for a third season because I really enjoy them.
So then we've watched the first half of The Crown, and it kills.
I don't know when that comes back out.
December. It's like December 15th or 17th or something like that. It kills me because I didn't know it was only going.
Yeah, we were watching.
I didn't know it was going to be
we get the whole thing.
Half of it. And this season starts off. I can tell you this.
I mean, it's within the first minute or 5
yeah,
minutes.
it starts off with Princess Diana's death. That's what it starts off with. So they start off with her death, and then they go back to before it happened. And so that's what this season about is what led up to, and then the car crash. And
15 days from today, so that's not long.
Okay. If I were William, I would not be able to watch this season.
It would be tough.
I would not be able to watch it.
Because they did a really good job of duplicating her, Princess Diana. They did it. I think she did a really good job.
I think she did too.
She's very skinny, but she did a good job.
I think Princess Diana was thin. I think this woman is thinner.
Yeah.
I think this woman is even thinner than Princess Diana, and I think her neck is very long. But
then she had mannerisms down. She the talking.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she talks a lot with her head
she did.
down and her chin down and her eyes up like this.
Yeah.
She talks a lot like that.
Which she did a lot.
Yes. So she does a really good job, but
Yeah.
it would be hard as a family for the family to watch this. I would think. But
that's just like watching these murder shows where they're going through the whole thing of how somebody killed your mom or your dad or whatever. It's like I couldn't watch that.
No, I wouldn't want to watch that. And it's horrible to think, and a lot of this is during The Crown.
Speculation.
It's a lot of speculation.
I mean, you don't know what the private conversations between her and somebody else are.
It's a lot of
when they were both
speculation, but you do think, it's always one of those things where, gosh, if you could go back and if she hadn't have gone she hadn't have gone to France, if she had come straight back home, gone to her home in the UK, if she had gone straight back home, if she hadn't gone to France, and if she hadn't if Dodie's dad hadn't pushed them together, and you just like, where would she be today, and what would she be doing today, and you always think that way when some tragedy happens like that, and I think that's just natural to feel that way. But I cannot wait for it to come back on. Yeah. Now Ashley has been watching it as well, our daughter, and she has thought that this was a more boring season than last season. I have thought it was very interesting. So it just depends on it's just personal opinion. I thought it was very interesting.
It's all been about the same, really. It moves about the same pace.
She talked a lot. She thought she had a lot of
dialogue,
a lot of long Diana moments where she's going on.
That's true, and it's mostly about her. They very rarely show anybody else, honestly.
But I find it completely fascinating, and so
So I haven't thought it's bad. They're all about the same pace, though. So.
You're right, but I enjoy it. Okay, so then I wrote down Sister Wives just because I've been watching that, and boy, that's turned into something completely different than what it started out to be, because these
none of them are together anymore except for one.
4 women at the very beginning are married to him, which I've never found fair. It's like you get 4 wives, but I don't get 4 husbands. Something's a little hokey with that. I'm not going to have that life. But
now 4 wives. I mean, good God.
But
one's bad enough. I can't even imagine 4.
I know. Imagine. So now, basically, pretty much they've all left his butt except for one, and she's the crier. And listen,
the crier.
Listen, she cries more than Jamie Lynn Spears cries on "I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here."
She doesn't do it anymore. She did at the beginning.
Listen, she cries. This woman, Robin, she cries every episode.
She's an emotional person.
Oh my! I couldn't. Nope, can't do it.
She's just emotional.
I could not be around her. It's too much emotion for me. I don't know anybody in my life.
Is that weepy?
No, nobody. I don't know anybody
Well, they're
that
also
cries that
editing
much.
it.
She cries a lot. She cries at the drop of a hat.
I mean, they edit TLC or whoever's doing it, Discover, whoever's doing it now. They do edit that where maybe they're trying to portray her as that kind of person.
I almost never cry.
But you would have to be crying for them to put it on TV. So there is crying going on.
I mean, I don't know anybody that cries that much. Yeah. So anyway, I think it's hilarious that they've all left his butt because he just thought he was God's gift, literally. And I'm glad they've left him. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I'm watching that. I'm watching Real Housewives of Utah.
Salt Lake.
Salt Lake, thank you. Salt Lake.
Not called Utah.
It's not called Utah. And yeah. I could do whole videos on those alone.
Without me.
Yeah, you trust me. Yeah, it's always interesting, always entertaining. We watched, this is another one that I didn't know. When we started it, it was only the first half.
I think the other half's out now, though.
Oh, is it?
I think it just came out today.
Oh, well, guess what? We know what we're watching tonight. Squid Games.
I think we pretty much binged the first
We
half.
did. We binged it. Squid Games, the challenge.
Squid Game.
Squid Game, the challenge.
You do want to say games because there are
Squid
multiple
Games.
games, but it's not. It's games.
Well, wasn't the first one called Squid Games, or
No,
was it
I
only
think
called
it's
Squid
Squid
Game?
Game.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
If you watch the show, so
Yeah.
there was a whole show called
Squid Game.
Are you sure it wasn't Squid Games?
I don't know.
Well, now I'm wondering if I'm saying it wrong.
I know the show now is Squid Game.
Okay, so if you watch Squid Games, it was a show. It was a made up show with actors and actresses. So this is
Squid Game.
Squid Game.
No S on
Okay.
it.
Well, no, thank you. I'm glad you told me because they are playing games, but I'm glad you corrected me. So this is with real people. So in the show, when someone fails a game, they die.
They get shot.
They get shot. They die. It's kind of like what? The Running Man?
Hunger Games.
In the Running Man.
Kind of. That's just one person though, but more like Hunger Games.
Yeah, but
they're actually killing each other.
Yeah, but they killed him in the Running Man. Don't
Yeah.
you remember that? That's so good.
Hunger Games, they killed each other, which they do some in Squid Game too.
Right. So Squid Game in the show, they die. So how in the world are they going to do that? Same thing with real people. Well, they have these
Ink packs.
Ink packs.
They're ink
yeah.
packs.
So when somebody fails the game, when they die,
They don't get shot.
they make this ink pack explode,
Which
and
is
you
like black
see it. Yeah, you see the black ink. It's not red.
And then they fall over.
And they fall over.
They pretend like they're dead.
This is one I would say watch with the whole family.
I don't think it'd be bad.
Now, there's probably cussing in there. I don't know. I haven't paid
I don't
much
remember.
attention. It doesn't bother me, so I don't pay attention. There might be cussing, but I think the whole family. Like I would tell Andrew to have Gavin, have Amelia watch.
As long as you explain that it's just an ink thing going off and they fall over, they're pretending.
These children have seen enough video games of people dying that it doesn't affect them. You know, the children today see things that we did not see as children.
That's true.
Trust me, they can handle this show. It is fascinating. It's wonderful.
Good. It's interesting.
You are definitely rooting for certain people.
Mm-hmm.
There's people that you want to make it. There's people that you want to go home immediately because they are so arrogant. And you would have to be a little arrogant to even put yourself out there, I think. But then there's this one. Do you remember the one guy that's like he's like, I don't even know how he got on there because he's just
He was a nervous wreck.
A nervous wreck. I have no idea how he even put himself forward because
He started crying, was almost like throwing up during the thing. That's how high his anxiety was.
Yes.
He was always throwing up.
Yes. And I mean,
the second half did come out the 29th.
It's like, what is wrong with him? And today's the 29th.
Yeah. I thought I saw him come on.
I can't wait to watch it. Okay. You gotta watch it. It's on Netflix. So freaking good. Okay. And then I'm a Celebrity. I touched on that. We are currently watching I'm a Celebrity. Get me out of here. It takes place. They're in Australia. It's
a UK show, but it takes place in Australia.
But they're in Australia. And if you've ever watched, for Americans, if you've ever watched Love Actually, if you remember the part where they show Ant and Dec, and they're
interviewing that singer on.
Right. So they're in I'm a Celebrity. They're the hosts of the show, and they're absolutely hilarious. I love them. If I could get, Kevin found that they did another show, like Saturday night special or something. I don't know.
You can't find it anywhere.
We can't get it here, or I would watch it too. But they are so funny. But some of the people, Jamie Lynn Spears is on there, and Britney Spears' sister. And she cried so much in the
first like 3 days. She was
right. Crying. But I have to say, she got it out of her system.
Yeah.
Because she hasn't cried anymore. Because I thought, how are we going to go the whole season of this girl crying? You know you're going to leave your family.
Yeah.
You know.
I think she was really homesick.
I think she was homesick too. And she kept saying she misses her kids. Well, they're not little kids. It's not like you left.
One's little.
She's not that young.
I mean, she's not
give
a baby,
me a break.
But
she's not a baby. It's not like you left a baby at home or something.
Yeah, it wasn't a baby.
Yeah, and I don't know. It's like, you know, you're leaving. Like,
that's the whole thing with me. You know you're doing it.
Like right now, I have told you all, if Big Brother UK wanted me to go for a month to be there, I would go. Yes, I would miss Kevin, but I don't think you're going to see me crying because I would just be like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy to be here. But of course, she is in the jungle, and they do have to eat bugs and be with snakes.
It's different emotional level there.
That's true. Yeah. And there's no comforts. There's no comforts.
I mean, I don't blame her. I am glad she got over it, though. And she got a little more comfortable and kind of
and she seems like a very nice person.
Yeah,
she
very
seems
down
very down to earth. Yes. So who do I like though? Now I
like most of them, honestly.
I do too. There's one girl that I do not like. Her name is Nella. I don't care for her. She could go home now. And I don't like her. She admitted, she said, I've never finished anything in my whole life.
Oh, yeah.
She said, I've never had anything.
Nella.
Yeah, Nella.
Yeah.
She said, I've never started anything in my whole life and finished it. Well, you know, throughout everything, every challenge, these people have challenges on every episode, and everybody else is given 100%, 100%, 100%. She hasn't given 100% since the first episode.
She did that one. The last one she did all the way.
Because she was competing for food.
They're always competing for food.
Yeah, but this was different. This was competing for a special breakfast.
Yeah.
That's why she gave it 100%.
And she had somebody with her too.
That's why she gave it 100%, is because
she gives it 100% up to the point where she quits.
There's a difference in competing for food for that. You would have to watch it to understand. There's a difference in competing for food for the camp for dinner, where they're going to give you crocodile feet for dinner, than competing for a special pancake breakfast. The only reason she gave it 100% was because she knew she was going to get a pancake breakfast. She has not given it as much effort, and she admittedly said, I've never completed throughout my whole life. I've never completed everything. And then she jumped on that French guy, taking what he said completely out of context. Yeah,
because they even replayed what he said to make sure that we heard.
His name is, I wrote it down.
Fred.
His name, I can't pronounce his last name. His name is Fred.
He's French.
And he's French. And I like him. Kevin likes him. Mm-hmm. And he said, he was basically saying something like,
I'm old enough to be your dad.
Old enough to be your dad. Well, Nella's dad has died. So she took it like, I could be your dad. it just, she heard it different than what he meant.
And he even went back and tried to explain it. It's like, I was not talking about that. I was saying just because of our age difference, I could be your dad.
And so, yeah, she
was very sensitive about it. But she said she had just lost her dad in the last year. So maybe it's still just very touchy with her.
No. Her dad died several years ago.
I thought it was just last year.
No, I don't think so. I think her dad died several years ago. I think it's been more than a year.
Well, regardless.
Even so, my mom died, and I wasn't that sensitive about
I mean,
things.
he didn't mean anything by it.
He didn't mean anything by it.
He tried to tell her that, and she wouldn't listen to it. But they're getting on now.
One of my two favorite people, though, if you're wondering, like, if you're most Americans have probably tuned out. This is for the British people that watch this. Who am I rooting for? My two favorite people are Nigel Farage. Nigel Farage. He is like 100% British. Like, everything about him is like perfectly poised and British, and stiff upper lip, and I like him a lot. And then my other favorite,
and I know he's a politician, so he's got political views that we don't know anything about.
Yeah, I'm not judging him by his politics. I'm only judging him on this show. I do not know him for Brexit and all that stuff, because I don't understand it. Don't have a horse in the race. I'm judging him on this show. So Nigel, I love him, and I love Sam Thompson.
Yeah, Sam's like a little fireball energy.
He's awesome.
He's always on.
He is wonderful. I think he is such a great person. He's
definitely a cheerleader for the group to keep the energy up.
He is who they need. You always need somebody like him every year in the camp to wake up in the morning and be like, what are we going to do today? Instead of like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, we're stuck here.
And I tell you who else I like too. I like Marvin Humes. He is a singer for
Marvin, yeah.
JLS. He's a singer. So I really like him too. Those would be my top three people in there.
There's a lady on there, a blonde lady that I like too. I can't think what her name is though.
Oh, I about wrote her down, but I didn't. I wanted to write down my top
honestly.
three. I do too. The only one I don't like is that Nella woman.
Yeah.
Just because I just don't think she's been given any effort.
She's okay as a person, but she doesn't give much effort.
Well, like I said, I don't know anything about them other than what I'm seeing. And what I'm seeing on the show is not that positive.
Yeah.
Whereas everybody else has been really positive. There's always one person on each show. Just like I said, Olivia, there were other people on Big Brother that I did not care for at all that I wanted to go home.
Right.
There's always somebody who you don't like, and there's people who you're really rooting for. So she's just one that I would like to see go home. So that's it. That's it for the month.
I was looking through my phone list because I've got a list of TV shows we watch. Because of the writer's strike, so many things are starting up so late.
Like Young Sheldon hasn't been
I've got it on here. This will come on after we do next month's video, but I'll mention it. Okay. The Apprentice UK.
When's that coming?
36 days.
I'm excited.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That'll come on after that.
Oh, I'm so excited.
The Connors is coming on again in 70 days. I thought they were ending that, but evidently they didn't.
No, remember you thought that, and I told you they surely to goodness not. And you looked it up, and I think they're going for one more season.
Yeah, one more. Young Sheldon's 85 days,
and that's on. They've put that on Max, or I think on Max now because Max or Netflix one. I've seen.
Amazon Prime has it.
Yeah, but they just added it to, I think, Max or Netflix. Okay, Max. Yeah. Okay, Young Sheldon. So if you've never watched it.
It's on Netflix too.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay.
That's really the only two I saw on here that were coming on. Really, that I have in my phone at least.
Yeah. Well, like I said, that's it. We have not started watching. We didn't watch any Thanksgiving movies. I meant to, totally intended to. And then, we're watching, I really wanted to watch I'm a Celebrity and stuff like that. It comes on every single night. So it's a commitment.
Big Brother comes on.
I love it, though. Big Brother was on every single night when it was on. I tell you what's coming on for Christmas is Call the Midwife is going to have a Christmas special. And I'm really looking forward to that.
I watched the Doctor Who special that came on.
Yeah, Kevin watched that by himself.
I liked it.
And it has David Tennant
in it. And Donna, which I don't care for Donna. I know some people love her.
Donna. No,
some people love her. I never liked her.
Never liked Donna.
But they were on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a good episode. You can tell they've got an influx of cash.
Oh, really?
Because Disney, I think Disney has something to do with them now.
Mm-hmm.
So they got the money to spread now.
Right. But we didn't watch any Thanksgiving movies, so hopefully, I definitely want to watch some Christmas movies.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
gotta watch them quick because Christmas is not that far away.
Yeah, it's not that far away. So, feel free, please, to leave your recommendations below. I am watching one.
Yeah, we may not watch them all, but we like to see them.
I'm watching one. I didn't write it down because I've only watched 2 episodes. It's the one with the chef. The picture of the guy. You don't remember? What is?
She's gonna make me look.
Oh my gosh! Well, do you have shows on there? You probably don't have it on there.
I've got a list.
Oh, you do? I can't think of the name of it.
The Bear.
The Bear. Okay.
The Bear.
The Bear. I have started The Bear. I'm watching it by myself, but I've only watched the first 2 episodes. I really like it. It's very interesting, and I can't wait to see how the story's going to develop. I think there are 2 seasons out of it, out so far, but I've taken my time with it just because I've been watching other things too. But I have started The Bear. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave your recommendations below for me, for everybody else watching this video, and we'll see you next time.